Hello, hello, hello. We are live on location. Beauty Boys episode 2. What is happening? How do I put the thing on the thing? Beauty Boys. Kam'Ron might be running a little bit late. How do I pin? Oh. Kam'Ron might be running a tad late, but the girls are out. Hi, Derek. Oh my God, so stunning. We have to do a live together, Derek. You know, I want everyone to know that Beauty Boys is inclusive. The series will live on. This is not an exclusively June moment. I'm very excited to have as many Beauty Boys on as I can possibly get. My very first guest, Owen Oslewe. Is that how I say your name? Mm-hmm. He's sitting right here, child. That is the key of it all. Say hi to the girls.
Hi, girls.
Owen is here, live on location. I'm coming to you live from New York City today. I'm speaking at a Juneteenth event tomorrow. Happy holiday to everybody who understands what Juneteenth actually means. Mm-hmm. And I'm getting full glam with Kam'Ron Skie. We're gonna have a little club soda libation. We're doing full glam today. I'm very excited. I might just start doing a little zhuzh before Kam'Ron comes on. What is everyone doing? How is everyone's Friday? Karas! Oh my goodness! Hi, Karas. Hi, Saquon. Thanks for coming on. Kam'Ron should be on in a little bit. He said that he was just running a tad late. We gotta stay hydrated with the water. Hey, doll. I'm just gonna start going with my base here. Matter of fact, I'm gonna start with the brows. I have not done a full glam look on camera in quite some time. Certainly not on live. If you're watching this on Instagram, hello. If you're watching this on my YouTube, all of the full episodes will be on my YouTube channel. Owen had some fabulous input on beauty standards and makeup products and branding. And Kam'Ron is really one of the most gorgeous queens I think I've ever seen. What's up, you guys? How was everybody's Friday? You know what? I'm gonna try the lip pencil. Owen told me to use a lip pencil for my brows. He said that it's gonna work. I just have to find the lip pencil. It's my favorite. It's actually a Sephora brand as well. Is this it? Yeah, Sephora brand. The Contour Rouge Gel Lip Liner. What shade is this? It's brown, child. I don't know. Oh, molasses. We're gonna try this on the brows. I'm just gonna go through with Anastasia first. Kam'Ron should be on in a little bit, guys, but it's just me for now. Just barefaced and bushy browed, ready for the moment. Hi, Nat. That's my bestie. Hi, everyone. My dad openly admitted that he accepted me for who I am, so I'm through the roof with excitement. Oh my gosh, Karas, that is beautiful. Oh my God. You deserve all of the acceptance and love because you, my dear, are a true talent. I can't wait to have you on for the Beauty Boys extravaganza of it all. We have to do a live for sure. I'm doing well. I'm in New York currently, hence the change of scenery. I'm speaking at a Juneteenth event tomorrow in Brooklyn, which I'm sure I've said a few times now. So I'm in New York for tonight. I have a long history with the city of New York, and I'm very happy to be here. I do plan on hitting the streets tonight. That's why we're staying hydrated. Yes, I'm outside. So yeah, I'm in New York. I'm trying to turn the party and have a moment. This is the Anastasia Brow Wiz right now in medium brown. I'm just trying to create a shape. And then I'm gonna go in with the lip pencil. That's gonna be the experiment portion of the evening. I'm very excited for tonight's eye look. I'm doing something red. I honestly don't know if I've ever done a red look in my entire life, but I have a really cute palette from a Black-owned brand. So we're gonna give it a whirl. How am I feeling about it? I am feeling excited. I'm very honored to be asked to speak. If anyone doesn't know, my father is a Baptist pastor. He's actually retiring at the end of this month. But I grew up in the church. I grew up hearing my dad speak in church at public events. He was also a politician, so I've heard a lot of speeches, been to a lot of functions, but it's never really been my forte or ambition in life. But I am more than happy to share my story and my experience as a Black man who is a bad bitch. We're getting the brows together. What is everyone up to on this Friday evening? Hi, Christina. Kam'Ron is running a bit late. We're waiting for Kam'Ron, but we're starting the glam because I want to be pretty. Just make me pretty. Hey, babe. Oh, thank you, Karas. I have a lot of friends coming to New York tomorrow, and a lot of friends who are in New York already who are coming out to support tomorrow. So I'm gonna have some of my friends just record the speech tomorrow, take pictures. So I'll try to get you guys as much footage as I can. You know, one eyebrow is always a little more tricky than the other one. I feel like this one usually comes out perfect, and it's the other one that tries to play games on me. The speech is, oh, and you're so funny. The speech is tomorrow at, I'm speaking between 2 and 3 o'clock at Prospect Park. I know Prospect Park is a very large park in Brooklyn. But if you go on my story, on my Instagram story, you'll see the flyer that has instructions on where to enter. Hi, Antoinette. Hey, beauty. Girl, I can't keep up with you. Weren't you just in the Virgin Islands or somewhere? It's the best park. Christina, you love Brooklyn. Hey, Christina, Owen is here. He's literally right
Hi,
there.
Christina.
Christina is my best friend and my biggest supporter. So she will know exactly who you are. Yeah, girl, you're booked and busy. Amanda. Hi, beautiful. Brooklyn is the best borough. You love Brooklyn. I mean, Brooklyn, they say it's the new Manhattan, you know?
Yeah.
And that's a Queens girl who's saying that.
And but honestly, like, places in Queens are actually more expensive than, like, one of the most expensive to live in New York. Like Long Island City.
Oh, very expensive.
More than Manhattan.
Even Astoria. Astoria can be very expensive.
Yeah, very much. They're like neighboring districts or whatever they're called. Towns.
Born and raised in Queens. But she, don't get it twisted, she is a Greek goddess. That is my Christina. We're staying hydrated, guys. We're waiting for Kam'Ron to come on. He told me that he might be about a half hour late. You know, I'm in the room, relaxing. Oh, I didn't wet my beauty blender. Doesn't that always happen?
Uh-oh. You want me to squeeze it?
Mm-hmm. You know what? No. I'll spray it.
Oh, you got your setting spray?
Yeah. Owen is here behind the scenes. Oh, thank you, Christina. Owen is in the behind the scenes moment. Do you guys remember Owen from episode 1? You know what's crazy is, well, no, not every beauty boy. Kam'Ron is the only one who I actually didn't really know or had like spoken to before. I just discovered him on Instagram. Owen, Kenny, and Keith, I got to know prior and just knew that I wanted to do something with them. But Kam'Ron and I are gonna get acquainted. I'm such a big fan of his content and his work and his whole movement.
And he cheers.
And he cheers. Like, he is so interesting. I love that. We love an athletic queen. Gonna clean up the brows with some concealer. What's everyone's weekend plans? Where is everyone at? What is the vibe for Juneteenth weekend? Hey, Brianna. Hey, Gorge. Outside. Where's Owen? Owen is right here.
Hey, everyone.
Literally right here. So, guys, I literally came up to the city. Yeah, please don't forget my palette. I miss that palette a lot. I'm glad that you remembered. So I came up to New York today, guys, for this event tomorrow. Because I have to be there, you know, on time. This is a compensated gig. Owen was live earlier. That's Owen. And I had just got to my hotel and I saw that Owen was live and he was taking a stroll, you know, surveying the girls. And he said that he needed food and I needed to eat something. So we actually just had dinner at Serafina, his favorite place. And I was like, yeah, come downtown. He's actually booked this weekend as well. Owen stays working.
I try.
Owen is booked and busy. So I was like, yeah, come hang out. It's all connected. My favorite moisturizer, I have 2 that I use very regularly. The Neutrogena Hydro Water Gel. I actually got put onto that by Jackie Aina. Not by her, personally. On her channel, she talks about it a lot. And the hyaluronic acid of it all, it's a very beneficial ingredient that I enjoy a lot for skincare. So I love that one. And I love the First Aid Beauty moisturizer. That brand, First Aid Beauty, is actually a hit. I have very hypersensitive skin. And, CeraVe's very good. I actually like a lot of their products, and they're affordable, for sure. My favorite primer, I have a few, but I'm about to use one in a little bit that I've been enjoying that I will touch on. Yes, the Ultimate Repair. That's the First Aid Beauty moisturizing cream. I love that stuff. It literally feels like you're getting first aid on your face. So I think I'm gonna do the eyes first. Brianna said, hey, Owen.
Hey, Brianna.
Owen is live on location right now.
I'm watching the live with y'all.
He is watching the live. He's in the live. He's at the live. Owen is here. Favorite lashes? I don't know if I have a favorite lashes right now. I don't know. Honestly, the lashes I've been wearing are from Allure. Yeah, I swear by their magnetic eyeliner, and they actually sent me
Wait, Allure has magnetic?
they sent me their magnetic eyeliner.
What?
which is amazing. I'm going to use it tonight. And they sent me some lashes with it. Eylure, Eylure. Their lashes are fabulous. I don't know what style I have that they sent me is. I'll look at it in a little bit. Oh, you know what? I didn't bring those lashes. I brought a different pair.
Eylure, like, they're some of the best ones. Drugstore lashes, that and Ardell.
Oh yeah, I love Ardell lashes. Don't ever sleep on Ardell lashes. Drugstore, affordable, right at your local CVS, Walgreens. Does Dwayne Reed have Ardell lashes?
Yeah, Dwayne Reed, Walgreens.
Yes. Go to your local drugstore for Ardell lashes. I really genuinely love Ardell lashes. Ooh, Key Essential is in the building.
Hey, Erica.
Oh my gosh, I was on her live, guys. You have to go to Key Essential, who just came in here on the live. Her makeup brand is fabulous. My products actually arrived today, doll. I'm in New York. I live in Jersey, so I got the notification that they got to my house today, so I can't wait to try. And thank you so much for your hospitality, darling. I literally can't wait. Owen swears by Key Essential.
They are. Look, get your piece.
Get your pieces.
Use code SLAY if you want.
Use code SLAY. You must.
Check out.
You must. Okay, I'm gonna go back in with this lip liner. We're staying hydrated, you guys. I figured I'd just start the live up. I'm not sure when Kam'Ron is joining, but I have patience. And I'm doing full glam.
Mug.
So I will be here. Whenever he is on, I will be here. I don't know if we'll get his full completed look, just because I'm trying to hit the streets. My favorite beauty inspo. Oh my. My favorite beauty inspo? I mean, everyone knows how I feel about Naomi Campbell. I feel like, in terms of artistry, you know who I love, honestly? Scott Barnes.
Yes.
Scott Barnes is such an iconic makeup artist, and he's one of the people who, like, if I had a choice of any professional artist, he would be definitely top 3.
And he does the Kardashians too.
He does the Kardashians, and I love his YouTube channel because he has, he actually does a really interesting series about the history of makeup and beauty.
Push you onto someone else.
It's so fabulous, and he really knows his stuff, and I've picked up little techniques from him because he's a professional. I'm just a beauty boy. I just like getting pretty and, you know, working with some brands here and there, but Scott Barnes,
you should get into
he is the one.
Makeup by Spencer on YouTube too.
Makeup by Spencer?
Yeah, his name is Spencer. Spencer, I think it's Makeup by Spencer, but his name is Spencer. He's a makeup artist.
Spencer makes me think of The Hills.
He's very done. Like when you see his face, like favorably so.
You know, that sounds familiar actually. Now that you just said that.
Very talented, and his YouTube videos, like the way they're edited and filmed, it's amazing.
You know, we love a good edit.
And then Kevin Aquan, who's a really
Kevin Aquan is iconic. Kevin Aquan, huge makeup inspo. That's a really good one, actually. What is this? Guys, you know, my brows are not the highlight of my routine. I just started doing my brows last year after years of doing makeup. I never thought that the brows were really that important, honestly. And then, you know what? I shot with my friend Jorge. We did a photo shoot last summer, and he does makeup as well, and he did my brows, and I was just like, whoa, okay, now I see it. Does Owen live in NY too? Owen lives in New Jersey.
I live in Jersey.
He lives in Jersey, not close to where I live. I'm deep in Jersey. But Owen frequents New York like I do. He knows his way around.
Daily, almost.
Progression and growth of the brows, though. Love to see it. Thank you, Antoinette. I am a firm believer in if at first you don't succeed, try try again.
Period.
I also think that a good trick for doing your brows is to pray to Jesus while you're doing them, and he will deliver you. We don't know each other from New Jersey. We actually know each other through Instagram first, and then we found out we have a mutual friend in New York, Sandro. Christina, I think you met Sandro before, who we love. So, you know, the girls always know the girls. We're waiting for Kam'Ron to come on. I don't know what time, when, or where. It's like the return of Jesus Christ. You never know when it's gonna happen. But it will happen. Eventually. He will deliver you brows. Yes. I'm really just trying to deliver the full look for you guys today. I'm also trying to figure out if I'm going to start with the eyeshadow. What do you guys think? Should I start with the eyeshadow or should I do my skin and stuff first? I've been varying. I was just watching a Scott Barnes video and he said that he doesn't understand why the girls do eyes first. He said you need to do your complexion first so that you can have literally your foundation.
There's different opinions.
Yeah, there's a lot of different opinions.
For me, I mean,
it probably was boxers, Christina.
It depends. If like the eye is really gonna be like intense and a lot of eyeshadow and possibly a lot of fallout, I'll do eyes first.
Yeah, because whenever I do a really elaborate eye look, I would rather do eyes first. Also, just to get it out of the way, honestly. Shadow first, go hate fallout. See? Yeah, that's what Owen just said. It's, you know, the fallout of it all.
But really, like, powder catches it. So, like, if you were to, like, I do foundation and then I do concealer and contour after eyes, but I always do foundation first.
You know what? That actually sounds like a really good plan. I'm just gonna set. Gotta have a good setting spray, girl. I like to let this melt for a little bit. I'm going full glam. Sandro! We were just talking about you, beauty. Me and Owen just had dinner. He's here. He's live on location. Owen and I ended up having a whole beautiful city day. What's your favorite setting spray? Honestly, this Too Faced 3-in-1 hangover spray, I go back to it every single time. What I like is you can use this as a primer and a setting spray. It does have coconut water in it, and it has a little bit of a coconut fragrance. I'm not huge on fragrances, but it's just subtle enough. And yeah, I like Too Faced too. I like this product specifically. I don't really use a lot of Too Faced products, but that's probably my favorite setting spray. We definitely need to all go out for dinner and drink, Sandro. Absolutely. It was spur of the moment. Owen was live. I just got to the city for this event tomorrow, and we both needed to eat. The stars just aligned.
Sandra, they were trying to kill me at the hospital. They took all my blood.
Wait, why did you get blood taken?
Because I wanted to do some blood work. Like I said, I hadn't been
right.
checking in so long. I was like, okay, now that I got this thing going again, let me just find out everything.
I'm gonna go to skin, guys. I'm actually gonna start with a primer. This is the One Size Secure the Blur Makeup Magnet Primer. I actually really like this primer. My favorite is probably the Fenty, the Instant Retouch. I really like that primer.
Wait, the one from the first launch of the foundations?
Yeah.
I feel weird about it.
Really?
I feel like it lifts my foundations. It's weird. Like if I go in and scratch my face, like it'll really like scratch will show with that at the bottom. It's insane. I don't know if it's just my pores, because some people really love it. Like I love how it feels and smells and stuff.
Yeah.
But I feel like in terms of durability, when I put it under certain foundations, even with the Fenty Beauty foundation, it just didn't sit well.
Okay, so yeah, you see how the skin is just a tad tacky from the primer? I actually like that in a primer. which is why I like the one size one. Kam'Ron should be on at some point. I'm just gonna let this primer sit for a little bit while I hydrate. Hey.
That's me.
Of course it is. I was looking at the picture like, hold on. My hands are like sticky and I don't know why.
The primer.
Yeah, you're probably right. Okay, we're gonna do foundation. Oh my, this is a tad loose. I have been loving this foundation lately. It's the Oma Beauty Say What Weightless Foundation. What, the foundation?
Mm-hmm. Wow.
I have been loving this foundation. Now, it's very, very lightweight. So, it's not full coverage. It's definitely like a sheer medium buildable. But when I tell you it's buildable, you guys will see. This foundation gets me to full coverage. I tend to layer this one on. It might look like, hey, there's Kam'Ron.
Oh my gosh, let's go.
Hey, doll. You see, I'm on here. Here he comes. Ah!
Hi,
Hi, beauty.
how are you?
I am well. How are you?
I am immaculate. I can't
Come
come.
on, immaculate.
Yeah, sorry I'm late. I was like sitting here and I was like, you know how Instagram changed the way they do things or add people to calls? And I was like, is he gonna add me or should I say something?
Oh, yeah, girl. I don't even know what be going on half the time on this thing. You are just fine.
But I was laying my edges.
Lay the edges down.
You got to. Whew, it's been a day.
What's going on? What's the tea? I can't hear you.
Not
Oh,
much.
there you go.
Just went to work today. Okay, cool. Just went to work today, same old stuff. And now we're here putting some makeup on.
Yes, I'm laying this base down right now. I'm in New York currently. I think I told you I'm in New York.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, girl, I'm outside tonight. Like, ooh, Derek, I can't.
My sister is shady.
I can't. I love all of it. We're gonna get into all of that because first of all, once I discovered you on Instagram, I discovered so many talents. Like, I love your little community of beauty influencers and makeup artists. You guys are just all so talented. Like,
Thank you. Thank you. And it's funny because that's typically how at least three of us, me, Derek, and Rico, uh,
yes, Rico. Oh,
how
love Rico stuff. Oh my God.
a brand will like comment on one of our things and then we'll comment back to like each other. And then all of a sudden that one brand is like talking to all three of us. And so it's
I
kind
love
of
that.
we've like formed our own like mini cults. And it's of course our friend group is definitely growing. But like that's something that the three of us at least notice like right off the bat.
I love that. And I think that's how it should be, you know? And like, I want to get into, the whole networking of it all. But, I was saying on here earlier when I was starting my face that you're actually the only person that I have on this series because I want to keep it going. Like, I really want to have Derek on and Rico. Like, I really just want to show people, males in beauty collaborating. And like, I think this month is great to start with all Black males, but I just want people to know it's not always going to be Black people.
I mean,
But
even if it was, that wouldn't even be a bad thing or something you need to explain because, we are very underrepresented in the community. Like,
yeah.
we have less opportunities than, other people do. And if you did that, it's your business. So,
So, Kam'Ron, tell me, because I discovered you on Instagram. We never
Mm-hmm.
spoke before, we never met before, and I found your content so amazing. And I just love your look. I love the beard glam of it all.
Thank you.
And I love how many different facets you have to your content and to you as a personality, like the cheering, like I just love all of it. But I want you to tell me how you first started getting into makeup.
Um, so like I've been into makeup for a long time, and it started out as like your typical let me go ahead and throw on some concealer and try to perfect the way you look kind of thing. And from there it grew, and then I started doing people's makeup because I wasn't comfortable putting eyeshadow on or even lipstick. And if you go back and look at my first like beauty post, I wasn't wearing lipstick because felt like well, I just felt like I couldn't, or I wasn't feminine enough to wear lipstick, or that I don't have a feminine enough face to like pull off like these kind of looks. And then one day, I was just like, you know what, let's like fuck it, let's try. And it was during COVID. I wasn't getting any clients. My makeup was just sitting in my bathroom rotting, not really rotting, but you know what I mean. Like it wasn't being used, and so I was like, I might as well try and use it myself. And trial and error was definitely a thing. And we ended up here.
I
That
love that.
was
I was so similar. Like, it was just the progression of it all because I just started with concealer and powder foundation, and that was
hmm
it. And then I started seeing the girls, coming out in full transformation. I was like, I need full glam.
right.
But it was a process, like first I was like, oh, I want to learn how to contour, I want to get the Naomi cheekbone.
hmm
Um, and you know what? Lips was last for me. Well, brows was technically last, but I just recently started wearing lip products because I kind of felt the same. Like, I felt like I didn't want to take it too feminine or too far, you know what I mean? Or too extreme. Mind you, I'm wearing like full 301 lashes. I'm just like, I'm not taking all the way. So, like, how was it for you becoming comfortable being a man and wearing makeup?
Um, honestly, it simmed down. I hate to say this because it just, I mean, it also goes to show how much I had to grow during COVID. Oh, thank you.
He does. You do have the best brows. Like, that is the
Thank
goal
you.
right
Just
there.
thinking that.
Thank my mother and my father for having,
No, that's right.
um, but, and I hate to say this, it, it, uh, it came down to like my dating life where I would date guys and I'd be like, oh yeah, I'm a makeup artist. And they're like, oh yeah, that's cool as long as like, you're not like putting it on yourself. And I was just like, oh no, like I'm not doing that because I was so, desperate to be loved by somebody else.
Mm.
And as gay men, we grow up either dating girls or we don't grow up with an example of what it means to be out, proud, and gay, and being who you are, and being black. You being black as well. In our culture, like amongst us gays, black gays, it might be okay to be gay, but if you're too gay, it's not okay. If you're too feminine, it's not okay. So it's like, where do you find that line where it's acceptable to be yourself, but not all the way yourself yet? And so during COVID, I was just like, I had just come off of like I had a rough breakup, like 2 years prior. I had like a little situation ship, not really. One of them things
Hmm.
that went south, and I was just like, I need to finish healing, and no one needs to be in my circle, and I need to do what makes Cameron happy. And we just started, and I realized that I had been waiting so long to do something I've been wanting to do for so long that it just felt natural, and it wasn't easy. It wasn't I didn't wake up like, oh, I can use Facetune, I can use this, or how to do that. It was a learning experience, and plus, not listening to other people was a big thing because someone might be like, oh no, you should do your eyeshadow this way, or you should do this, or even I love my girl, but even wear this lip or wear this, and I had to be like, no, I want to do this, and it's crazy because the stuff that people might not like or might not want me to do or change this is the stuff that typically was getting me recognized.
Mm.
So it was like, stay true to yourself and and let people see your natural beauty, or become somebody else and let people see the person you're trying to portray someone else to be. Thank you.
I can so relate to that. I grew up in the church,
Thank
like the Baptist church.
Southern Baptist baby.
And so, right, Kam'Ron is from the DMV. For anyone who follows me and does not follow him, he's from the DMV area. Um, and my dad is a pastor. So,
Thank
you're a PK?
Chuck, baby. My family owns 17 churches to my granddaddy. And so when you say raised in the church, I mean Sunday school, Bible studies, Bible school,
Who's
um,
your granddaddy?
vacation Bible school. He's passed away now.
Oh,
He
rest
passed
his
away
soul.
a long time ago. But yeah, I'm actually was born in Texas, raised in Kansas, and military family brought me out here.
Shut up, Dorothy. Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
That's so crazy. So yeah, so I'm sure we can relate on a lot of
Girl,
experiences.
yeah.
Like for me growing up, my dad's church became the largest church in New Jersey, largest Baptist church in New Jersey. And
Mm.
so he accomplished a level of notoriety that I'm sure you're familiar with too in the church. And with that comes an expectation of image, how you present yourself,
Mm.
so growing up in that was definitely not the easiest for me because you have that Sunday where you flip to the Bible scripture, in Romans about, men and men, and it's like, oh wait, hold on.
But the guy gave
um
that scripture is about pedophilia, but
that's
everyone
right.
hey, it's about being gay, and I'm like, baby, you read what you want to read, and that's what it is.
You know what's crazy? I just had a family friend of mine. He didn't come at me, but he was trying to have the conversation about the Bible with me because I posted something. I reposted something that said God made LGBTQIA plus people too, and he
Mm-hmm.
came back at me with scriptures and trying to explain, how. And this is a family friend from years ago, and I'm like, don't come at me with scriptures. Like I was raised in the Bible. I know the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
I already know what it says. But unfortunately, that's one of the institutions that deters, young black gay boys from really expressing themselves truly. Because I know for me, I was growing up seeing, my grandmother, who's a straight up beauty diva, and started getting into fashion. And so I wanted to start experimenting with my look a little bit more, even before I started wearing makeup.
Mm-hmm.
But I couldn't do that in church. And so church became this place where I was like putting on a front, but that didn't seem real to me. I was like, I thought we were supposed to come as we are. You know what I mean? Um,
It's the saying is come as you are, as long as you who you are, don't offend me.
mm, 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 mm.
Or how about come as you are, as long as the who you are can be put in this box over here. And
Yeah,
and I feel like with people in the church and parents and like that, they get uncomfortable with things they don't understand.
yeah,
People like when I started my new job or any job anywhere, you should not have to say, "Oh, hey, by the way, I'm gay," because they're not coming up to you saying, "Oh, hey, by the way, I'm straight."
right.
So if you walk into a church and you feel unwelcome, then that's not the church for you. And they aren't studying the Word of God or the Word of whatever they study. Like because you know we are all created for a reason and we are all created as equal. So
I cannot believe you are a PK. This is so crazy.
girl, GPK, all
Right.
of it.
Oh my gosh. And then it was also difficult too, growing up because there's such a lack of representation, at least at that time there was, of what I felt like, my standard of beauty was. And so that's why I always say that's why, the girls always loved the Beyoncés and the Britneys and the Janets because I feel like there weren't any males, in beauty when we were coming up to like really idolize, on television and stuff like that. And so I say that to say, like, who were you looking up to growing up, like in terms of beauty? Like, who were your like beauty idols?
Um, in all honesty, and I know, can you hear me? I
Yeah.
know my phone is ringing. In all honesty, I know people have their feelings about this person or whatever the case may be, but a big influence of mine growing up was, Todrick Hall, and I was a show choir kid, so of course, like he was like the black guy, doing show choir stuff, and so he was the big thing for me. Until recently, when I found out some other stuff, as when you become an adult, you find out things you didn't know. Yeah. But I would never discredit what he's done, kind of thing. But besides that, I would say I was really big into like 2000s, like your Lady Gaga, your Missy Elliott. Nicki was a really, really big, heavy influence on like just everything.
Hi, Dion. Twerk into it, baby. Yes. I
Derek,
love Dion.
Derek knows I cannot multitask, child.
Listen, your brows are iconic. You take the time that you need.
Thank you. It take me the longest. Like I promise you, you'll be like, when the fuck did you get done? And I'll be like, oh girl, I was, doing whatever. My brows have to take their own time.
I know I was on you and Rico and Derek's live one time, and they were on to complexion, honey, and getting into the contour. You were doing these brows. I was like, did he come on late? I don't understand what happened.
Mm-hmm.
I love it though.
It's because a lot of times, they'll no. Oh no, I'm using actually I don't know. I'm using an AOA Studio E122 brush. You can see that. Look at my nails. I know. Child, if I come out, the complexion will be done. But are they both underpaint, or we do our makeup in different orders.
Yeah, I was just saying that. Like, I've been varying, my steps. I was gonna just go right to eyes first, but I figured let me just lay down a little base, and then I'm just gonna start on the eyes now, because that's what takes me the longest. And I'm gonna do a red, smoky, Cruella inspired maybe kind of moment. So I'm just gonna dive into that right now.
I'm gonna do like a rose gold kind of
Oh, my
today.
favorite. I love, you know how I feel about pink, but
I love.
uh, you know
Hey
what?
Raven.
Bronzer.
Well, when I see like I see like rose gold all the time, but I'm gonna do like a legit like rosy pinky look with a gold reflection on top and see how I like it.
It's funny that you said Todrick, because I kind of like recently realized a little bit how much Todrick really inspired me, actually, in
Mm-hmm.
terms of not even just beauty, but like content in general.
Mm-hmm.
Like the theatrics of it all, the performance art. Like, I remember watching his compilations when he would do like Beyonce tributes, and I was always impressed by the editing, because, his visual presentations were just so stunning and different and cool, and he was just being as gay as he wanted to be, but it
Mm-hmm.
was the production value of it. And I realized recently, like, I remember watching that stuff and being like, that's literally what I would love to do. Like, I literally, I want to live the pop star fantasy. Do you know what I mean? Like, I really just wanted to be Janet Jackson's backup dancer for a good portion of my
I wanted
life.
to be Janet Jackson, not the dance on the back. I wanted to be Janet. Like I want to be on stage.
Period.
Hey.
Give me a. Oh, you're hydrating as well, I see. Fabulous. Okay, good.
It's been a long week. So, Jesus turned water into wine, so.
He sure did.
So
He sure did.
oh my gosh. Sorry. One of those things where like you can't get up because,
Mm-hmm.
like bottoms on. So you gotta reach over the valleys of depths of hell to find something. Yeah, that just happened. All right, so I don't show people this typically. But when you see how I'm gonna apply this eyeshadow, do not judge me.
Oh, this is an exclusive.
I don't know if it's an exclusive. I don't think I've done it on live yet or on my Instagram.
Oh, bitch, I'm gonna call it an exclusive, so.
Not an exclusive.
You know how dramatic I am with the promotional material, so.
First of all, you have got to teach me your promotional video ways, because your editing, sickening.
Thank you. You know what it really comes from? It's like I said, like the pop star fantasy, like TRL, 106 and Park, like even like the dramatic ass like Love and Hip Hop commercials. Like I was just watching the commercial for Atlanta coming back last night, and like
Mm-hmm.
just the dramatic music and the cuts and the overlays. I was like, I just always knew when I started doing content because I just started last year. Before the pandemic, I was working in retail, and I transitioned into content creation because I kind of secretly always knew I wanted to do it. But you know how it
It's
is.
my
It's
Virgo
until
sister
you
in the comments, but I'm listening.
I can't. It's like you just know when you finally decide to do it, and then you just go full steam ahead. I just always knew I wanted fun, entertaining, maybe a little educational, but I'm just here for the drama. Like, I love promoting and doing the most.
Mm-hmm. And I live for it. When I saw everything, I was like, period. You better go off over here. I need to learn, cause baby, that's one thing I'm not. I can clip something together, but as far as editing it,
Because I love your transitions.
thank
Your
you.
reels are iconic. Also, that's what I wanted to ask you.
Hmm.
Did you always keep your beard with glam?
Yeah, I did actually. I am. I I would say when I take my makeup off, I want to be who I want to be outside of makeup as well, and that's just me with the beard. Like I like my beard. You know, I want to keep it. It looks good on me. I don't know if this is as much of an exclusive as it is, because of COVID and people be tripping because of COVID. It might be unsanitary if anything.
What are you about to do? Because now you're getting me nervous.
It's not that bad. Hold on, I'm just trying to find the right shade of pink before I do this.
We do love the beard. It's iconic.
Oh, thank you. Hi, Stassi. How are you, darling? Okay.
I don't know how this is going to come out, but you know what? I just go with it.
I'm gonna use this pink right here. All right. You
Should
know,
have
mom,
used like a lighter base.
you're not mom when you're like, why do I have so many damn lipsticks or so many damn palettes?
Palettes are the thing. Like I have so many it took me forever to pick because since I was traveling today, I didn't obviously I don't have like all of my makeup, so I wanted to pick one palette to use, and it took me so long to make that decision.
Which one did you bring?
This is a fabulous black owned brand called Playing in Makeup by Yolando.
Mm-hmm.
I believe she's Jamaican. It's called Burning Burgundies. It's really
Yeah.
pretty. She did these little mini palettes with different colors. The
Period.
red one's cute. Yeah, I have the blue one too. I've never used this one before, and I don't think I've ever done a red look either. So this is going to be interesting.
So I'm going to take my Milani lipstick and put it on my eyelids. I know it sounds crazy.
Oh no, I'm here for it.
But I mean, I just put it on the little thing and use it as eyeshadow base.
Go off.
Hopefully, Miss Juvia's Plays does me right today, but we'll see how it goes.
What palette are you using?
The Berries palette, I'm going to use this pink shade at the top.
Oh, I have that one. I was gonna do something pink.
I, I like, she has some good stuff, so we'll see how this goes.
Oh Jesus! I just call on the Lord while I'm doing this because
Mm,
I
not-
swear I just make it up as I go along.
That's literally how I do it. I kind of think of what I want to do in my head, and then kind of just try and execute it, and we just end up.
Right.
The funny story is, as I'm doing my Pride look I just posted, I did not like it at first.
Really?
Oh, thank you, Jody. Thank you. Yeah, I was like, oh, this looks crazy. Then I added some rhinestones, and we got better.
The creative process of it all.
Literally, my first time underpainting or like doing my eyeshadow in reverse. Derek was like, "Ooh, girl." He's like, "Just keep going, girl. Just keep going." I said, "I look crazy. I look so crazy." He was like, "Just keep going." Oh, that played out so well.
Just keep going and keep blending. Oh, thank you, Jody. That's so nice.
All right. Ooh,
You going out tonight, Cameron?
I am going to the couch tonight.
The new establishment.
Okay, not laughing not from each child.
Oh my gosh.
Katie, but Miss Julia's place is doing her job today because she normally don't.
Ooh, see, I should have done something fucking pink.
I love pink. Like that's probably one of my favorite colors to use.
Girl, you know how I feel about the pinks
Hey,
now.
X, hey boo, bitch, don't come for me, Derek. So first of all, because Derek be like, "How do you get through an eye look in 5 minutes?" I'd be like, "Child, you know what I'm the worst at though is for real is halo eyes. Halo eyes take me so long. I can do
You
a
know
cut crease.
what?
I can zip right through a cut crease,
Really?
but I cannot zip right through a halo eye. I don't know what it is.
Because I'm working on the cut crease moment. Because it usually just gives swipe a finger on the lid and call it a day. Like, I don't have time.
I would say with the cut crease, using tape really helps.
Oh, you use tape.
Yeah, I take like the sides right here,
Yeah.
and then I'll like just draw the line out and do that way.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to have to try
You
that.
know, why you scared to underpaint, child? Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I was too at first. Derek and Rico had to convince me. I was too.
I was like obsessed with underpainting for a while. I was convinced I wouldn't do my makeup any other way. Now I just like switch it up, but I always loved how my face came out.
Mm-hmm. I mean, there's definitely nothing wrong with underpainting or overpainting, or is it called overpainting? What is it even called when you just do your makeup the other way? Just the other way, I guess.
Just painting, I guess.
Just beating the face, I guess. But when I started underpainting, it gave like a naturalness to my skin
Yeah,
that I really enjoy. Um,
yeah.
it definitely, I mean, I can do it both ways, but it definitely changed the game. It definitely did that.
So how did your if you feel comfortable sharing, like how did your family adjust to you getting into makeup?
Um, so by the time I got into makeup, I was already out. When I came out to my stepdad and my mom, they were very much like, okay, what we already know that. What do you want for dinner? Like we've been
It
knowing.
was very bad.
Yeah, my mom was always that person who was like, be who you want to be. Like when we were younger, my dad used to be like, when my stepdad used to be like, he's my dad, but my dad used to be like, if you're gay, y'all, just go ahead and let us know. Don't ruin Christmas and come home with some guy named Chuck.
Not Chuck.
Yep, he used to always say that. And for the longest time, I was like, I ain't gay. Like,
Right.
over here playing tea parties and shit with my sister in a whole dress.
Yes.
And the Beyonce, that was right around Destiny's Child hype times. And the
Mm-hmm.
stuff talking about saying my name ain't nowhere near past 7. Talking about paying bills and ain't came to the groceries right.
Right. And t-shirt. I sleep in your t-shirt.
That was a song. If you know, you know. That was my shit.
Don't
Only
get me started on Destiny's
really,
Child.
only real Destiny's Child fans really know what's up. Like for real though, on a different note, can I just say that the original No 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 is better than the fast version.
Oh, okay.
You don't what? You like the slow version?
I need the. I'm outside tonight, Cameron. Don't gas me
I
up.
don't need all that.
Oh, okay.
I just feel like it's just a different kind of sexual like. Beyonce walked through in a little tight little dress and was like, "Boy, you know you want me. I can see it in your eyes. What's up?" And I was,
Yeah.
Period. What's
Antoinette, I know you know what I'm talking about, okay? Hi, Jasmine.
hi? Okay, tag your head, baby. Tag your
Right.
head.
Girl, look at these eyes. You are a trip.
Thank you.
You was not playing.
I told you I'm Speedy Gonzalez over here.
I can't.
I honestly I don't mean to be. I just be going.
Girl, because I told you.
Ouch.
Ooh, this pink is cute. The pink is really cute.
Thank you. I'm now gonna grab this Kiss highlighter. People can sleep on this highlighter. It's almost like trophy wife.
That looks stunning. Oh
It
my
is
god.
so like
Whoa.
look at that.
Ooh, 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 ooh,
Like,
ooh.
they'll come off and she'll be like, bam, you're like, oh, what you chose violence.
Yeah, it's always the shimmer for me. Once I get to the shimmer, I can start really giving the girls something to look at.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Just gotta blend around it, girl.
Okay. Just keep blending.
Just keep blending.
Ooh, this is doing exactly what I wanted it to do. I try to like build it up because if I just like swipe too hard, it will be everywhere. And this highlighter is one of those highlighters that like it doesn't blend out. Like it does in a way, but it doesn't at the same
Hmm.
time. Go ahead and tighten up those edges.
Tell me what your favorite part of your makeup routine is.
Um, honestly, like all of it. um,
The process.
if I had to pick, I don't feel complete without a pair of lashes.
Mm.
My lashes or mascara, I feel like, oh, we're here. I can do full on complexion, I can do eyeshadow look, whatever the case may be. But if I don't have on lashes, we didn't put makeup on today. Or if I don't put at least mascara,
Right.
it's a little more pink.
That pink is everything. I really, really wish I did a pink and purple moment, but you know what? We're going with
It's all right. It's all right. You're already here. You're doing a great job. Just keep on going.
it. You're so sweet. He's like, you're doing amazing, sweetie.
Of course. I'm just trying to start my brain, um, as well as find the eyeliner that you can always find that one thing you need when you're not looking for it.
Right.
There's only one eyeliner I want to use, and that's the Maybelline one, the Hyper Ease one. That eyeliner is probably my favorite of all time.
Oh,
Actually,
really?
yeah, it's so good. Uh,
Maybelline.
I do love a good nose contour, Derek. That is 100% fact.
Oh, yeah, I'm
A
definitely getting into a good nose contour today.
nose contour can change the game. Um, I apologize for all the noise. I really cannot. This eyeliner.
Fine. I'm over here tussling too.
And I feel like
The brush I wanted.
I know at this point they're probably like, he was unprepared, honey. And you know what? I was. I was at work.
Oh my god, it's fine. Honestly, I'm just here to get to the finished product.
Right?
Because I'm outside tonight. Like, I'm trying to give the girl something to look at.
Okay. What's your favorite part of your makeup routine?
Contouring.
What you say?
Contouring. I love contouring.
Really? Okay.
I love contouring because I think that my face, for some reason, can take like really heavy contour pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think I contour that heavily, but I just really enjoy carving that cheekbone, providing the girls with dimension.
Just giving it all.
Yeah, it's the contour for me. Like, I need to be able to turn, and you feel like if you touch my cheek, your finger will get cut.
Okay, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. All right, let's go ahead. I'm just blending these edges out again. Just that gold and that pink on mix. I am such a YouTuber. I cannot talk. How I can't do my makeup without talking myself through it. 'Cause I no, I can be home by myself, just me and Jesus, and I would talk through a makeup routine.
Girl, I talk to myself anyway, all the time.
Okay.
Like, all the time. It's insane, especially while I'm editing. Oh my God, if people saw me while I edit these damn reels and all these videos, I'm literally sitting there like, okay, we need the pink in. Okay, maybe not the marble. Let's try a different font here. I'm to myself. Nobody else is.
Mhm.
It's insanity.
Nobody's in the room, just me, and I'm talking. I'm just over here going, just going.
Lord Jesus.
I'm trying not to wear the same lashes because I always wear the same lashes, but they're just so good.
I brought some different ones today than I've been wearing. So let's see how that goes.
Why'd you bring different ones?
Um, I don't know, because I haven't been reaching for them a lot.
Mm.
They're really pretty. I think they'll actually go with this look quite well.
Okay, okay. Mm. We might give you a little switch up for a second. Okay, see, I don't feel bad now. I'll put the other ones out because if I don't like the one to put on, just rip them right off and put something right back on. I will rip a lash off, honey.
Uh-uh.
If she ain't the one I want, let's try something else.
Not rip.
Let's try again, Sharon.
I did that with you. Not sharing.
Yes. Okay, why can I not find this eyeliner?
I can't find anything.
It is upsetting me and my homegirls.
Oh no. I'm a contact lens wearer, baby.
You said what?
You know, Owen is here with me.
Hi, Kam'Ron.
Hey.
He's like, imagine wearing glasses. I'm like, I wear contacts. I can't with the
I
glasses.
have glasses on. Even working with clients, I have my glasses on and still use brushes.
How can you do your? I can't give it up on the eyeliner. I don't do well when it comes to.
Dion said just use shadow, give it up on the liner.
I can't do that. I'm faced.
Honestly, it's giving the same lash for me for a while. Like,
Yeah.
I'm actually gagged that I even brought the ones that I did because I should have just stuck with the ones I've been wearing.
You know what I hate though is when you finally decide to go with something else, and then you find what you was looking for.
Right.
I'm gonna be very upset on this
Isn't
eyeliner.
that always how it happens?
Mm-hmm. I got
Ooh,
the eyeliner. Hopefully it doesn't fail me today, because sometimes this one likes to drag.
I need to get to this other eye, Jesus. Cam, do you still go to church?
No, I mean
Can I call you Cam?
of course I go to Bedside Baptist.
Come on, bedside.
And by that I mean I listen to gospel music on Sunday.
That's right.
That's about it. Every time I use this liner, it reminds me why I don't like it. Oh gosh. Let's keep going, child. Maybe it'll get better. Maybe this needs. It just doesn't glide on top of like a lot of product, well, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, that's why I wasn't working with a brown liner, and I did not want that in my life. Well, do I want to go the liquid liner route? I really do not, because liquid liner ain't bad. It's just hard to get the lines you want sometimes with liquid, like line pens like this.
Mm-hmm.
They tend to not be the easiest to work with, but we'll see.
Hey, Rico. What's tea? It's giving, it's giving black eye.
Kind of black eye, honey.
It's definitely giving, I don't know, Jesus.
But what are you trying to give? I mean, the Corella thing, of course, but
I don't, child, I just picked up the palette and said I'll go for something red. Honestly.
what palette are you using? The Corella palette?
No, I'm using this Yolando palette.
Mm.
Wait, you say your eyes getting black eye?
Yes.
Oh.
You don't think so?
No.
I think
Not even black your eye.
or asking
No,
me.
but it looks like Ike just knocked me out and I need to go to the motel across the street and try to check in.
Concealer under your eyes.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
Like once you blend it all out, it'll look fine.
Yeah.
Send me no way. The girls are in your life.
The girls are in the live. Kam'Ron brings the girls out, child.
No, I bring a girl out, honey.
I'm just here trying to get pretty. I'm outside.
No, honestly, I have like such amazing supporters, and literally, I don't know what I've said. Like they're just freaking fantastic.
No, I love that. And like, I love seeing it because, like I said, when I started doing content last year, and I don't only do makeup content, but I love makeup so much, I just felt like, it needed to be a part of the content because it's a part of me and it's one of my passions. But I was never like a makeup artist. I wasn't I was not blessed with that gift to be able to do other people's face, but I love the creativity of makeup. And when I discovered you and just saw how all of you support each other, I was like, okay, this is what the beauty community is supposed to look like. Like we all know about the messiness and the shadiness, but like I was saying to Owen on the first episode, I'm like, why are people so weird about like sharing each other's stuff? Like I love sharing people's stuff on my story. I think it's dope. I don't know why people are so weird about it.
I think it's a Black community thing.
Yeah.
I do.
We're the minority. Even
Not,
though
but the fact is though, it's us to us. It's not like the white folks don't say they're gonna shut their sister shit. They are.
Right.
Come on, side roll. us Black people. We do not. We don't share each other. I have people I talk to not on the regular, but who I've been friends with for a little while, or at least met through beauty, and they still don't share my shit. And I learned it the hard way. I was like, wow, like I'm not here. I was really supporting you, like off the rip, like just because I liked your content, and now I see the same love isn't reciprocated.
Yeah, I just don't like that. Like,
but I also realized that you have to do beauty for yourself, and the girls and don't harp on the girls not supporting you, but pay attention to who it was and who's trying to be your best friend when you get to the top. Because I guess when it's all said and done, we all work for what we got, but the girls who came before us are the ones supposed to be paving the way. And if you're only paving the way for yourself because you're scared of someone else coming and taking your crown, then your craft will be upgraded. And that's just my opinion on it. I can't take nothing that God made for you. I can't. In my business, in my ministry.
Right.
So if you're that scared to, at least help a sister out or whatever, put me on or share my content because you like it, then we just aren't meant to cross paths. And that's just how it is. And now I'm kind of scared to repeat this side on this side because this one is so bomb. And I don't like this eyeliner.
Why don't you like it?
Cause I just don't like it's like a dip one. So the formula fantastic. It's just the actual applicator. I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like swiping. I prefer a pen.
Ooh, liquid eyeliner scares the mess out of me.
You know, it's crazy because I feel like with what we were just talking about, it feels like people have that fear in the beauty community, especially if you're a smaller creator or influencer,
Yeah.
because these conglomerate brands have a habit of, because that's how TikTok is too. A lot of these, fair-skinned influencers that made it and are making these dances, they didn't even create the dances.
Mm.
Y'all
Hmm.
added them and creativity. Black creators created them, but y'all exploded with it. And the
Mm.
beauty community is the same way. Like, the minority creates something, somebody white does it, and then the next thing they're on a billboard doing it.
Mm.
Like, that's pretty much why there is chaos.
And that's O&O Slayway, everybody. It's facts, though. Like,
Hey Jojo, happy Friday.
I don't know. I just feel like for me personally, I was raised by a South Carolina woman who taught me to be humble and kind and nice to people. And, I have my moments. But, when it comes to what we do, you know what I mean, with content and social media, I pick up anybody who puts out anything on the internet showing their artistry or their passion or their skill. So for me, it's just because I feel like there's big influencers who literally have no talent. But you know what? They have the audacity and the willingness to to work and put in the work. And so for me, it's just
No uniqueness with that.
I would just rather be game recognized game than to be oh yeah, he's mad dope, but he seemed kind of funny to me. What do you mean? You don't even know this nigga. The girls are weird, and it's getting real candid on this line right
The
now.
girl. I mean, I'm at the point where I kind of don't care. Yeah. I mean, of course, it's like your reputation and stuff, but if I have my babies and the shoe fits, like my good sis Derek says, a hit dog will holler.
I love that one. I love that one. What palette?
The same brand, Playing in Makeup by Yolando, the Jamaican woman. She's fabulous. I'm trying to tell you, the diamond highlighter palette.
Gosh.
Look at this. Can you imagine?
Ooh, that's gorgeous.
No, she's really, really good. I like her stuff. She's a small indie brand, and I discovered her in quarantine just on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a few of her products, and I'm very impressed.
Yeah, that's always a good thing. You love a black-owned business.
Love black owned.
For us, by us.
That's right.
All right. Once I get down my eyes and put my lashes on, I can zoom through some complexion, baby.
I'm actually dying to get to complexion right now.
Really?
Oh, I love complexion.
So do I. I had to learn to love it because at first I was just like, I didn't put foundation on my forehead. I didn't put primer on my forehead. None of it.
Mm.
You would have blended up. I'm waiting for my lash to dry.
Right.
You're like, want to dry,
Right.
With that lash?
Thank you. They're by Miss Marie Kirk. I love these lashes. I'm trying to look for the style for you. It's not on. Yeah, but they're bomb lashes nonetheless. Oh, thank you. I love him. I love him being supportive and commenting, even though he's sitting 3 steps away from you.
I don't want to interrupt the conversation when it's ongoing.
Owen is a trip, child.
Oh, Malcolm is learning.
Okay, there we go. So, what made you want to get into makeup?
Who are you talking to me?
Or even do this series, for instance?
Honestly, starting to do makeup content and seeing all of the talent and the black talent. You know what actually inspired me to do this series specifically was when Kid Cudi wore that dress on Saturday Night Live.
Mm-hmm.
And I did a video about it because, you know, I do fashion content as well. And fashion is a huge passion of mine. I studied fashion in college. I worked in fashion for 6 years. Um, and so that moment for me really opened my eyes to a lot of homophobia in the Black community. I already knew that it was there, obviously. You know, we were raised in the church. Um, but that moment and seeing all of the comments in like Hollywood Unlocked and on the Shade Room about the Black man being turned into, you know, this image of beauty, and they felt like, you know, he was doing it to appease the man. And I started seeing comments like, yeah, just like all those, you know, guys wearing makeup and stuff. And obviously, this is just a percentage of the population. You know, there's been a lot of growth in the world. And obviously, you know, some of the biggest beauty influencers in the world are men. So there is a growing acceptance of it. But it was around that time that I realized, like, you know what? I want to normalize Black men being bad bitches. You know what I mean? Because people overthink it so much. And even in my own family, I've had conversations, even just recently, trying to get people to just understand, like, it doesn't matter what gender you are. Like, conforming to gender norms is very 1984. Like, I can't. And so I just really wanted to highlight, you know, creators and artists and people who I see doing their thing unapologetically to just normalize the sight of two men getting glam. You know what I mean? All the women do it all the time. You know, men
Mm-hmm.
have been doing it for centuries, if we're really being honest. Mm-hmm. I just want people to see it. I want it to be a visual thing of two men, you know, doing the damn thing and getting glam, like, and speaking about it, and speaking about like how difficult it is for us to like just be us sometimes, you know? Like, this isn't for a gimmick, this isn't for a show. Come on, Black baddies, period. Absolutely.
I'm glad you say that too, because I've always said tell people when people ask me the same question or whatever, I'm always like, I always want to be that person that I wanted to see growing up, you know?
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
example I needed to see.
Yeah. Because I didn't see it. I didn't have it. Like, you know, when RuPaul started becoming mainstream, um, it was a good visual for me to see someone doing something different, right? That was the overall lesson for me. But it wasn't my lane because I'm not a drag queen. And that's the other thing too, you know, because I'm in the hood most of the time, kicking it with the homies, and they'll be like, wait, so you doing drag? And I'm like, no, I'm just a bad bitch. And then they're like, oh, I get it now. Like, yeah, no, it's really like totally fine.
It's just as simple as self-expression. You want to sag your pants, knowing what that means, and I want to paint my face.
Right.
I always tell people like if you can like football, I can like makeup. I don't care to watch football. You don't care to do makeup. But it don't make you any less of a man.
Right. Exactly. And that's what I was addressing with the Kid Cudi story in my video too, is that because I started the video with no glam on and full beard and everything. And then I did a little transition into full glam, and I'm just like, so was I more masculine before without the makeup? You know, am I all of a sudden feminine now with the makeup? And it just goes back to, you know, what we've been taught. You know, boys wear pants, girls wear dresses. It's just these fundamental things that keep people confined and doesn't let people be themselves. You know what I mean? Like, the fashion industry opened up a whole world for me. When I started working in fashion, obviously I learned a lot about, you know, nonconformity, unisex, and the fashion industry is a place where a lot of Black gay boys find acceptance and tolerance because we can now wear whatever we want and finally express ourselves. But what happens when we leave the job? What happens when we're just going to a birthday party and we're not in the fashion industry? Then are we being accepted? That's what I'm trying to normalize more, because I don't care where I am. I just like, if I'm in the hood at the corner store getting a fish sandwich and I'm in full glam, what's it to you? Because I'll give you a 6-inch pump too, and you're going to eat it up.
You're gonna mind your business.
That's it. And the gag is you might turn around and start hitting on me.
Okay.
So you know what I mean? I wanna continue because it's not like I'm the first person to ever talk about this. I just want to continue the conversation, you know?
And agree more. And I think the biggest thing about that is as Black men, I mean, not us, of course, but as a community, have to start accepting ourselves for who we are. Because the only reason why I make you uncomfortable is because you want to be over here doing what I'm doing, and you feel like you can't,
Mm, how about that moment?
or you want to come over here and ask for my number, but because you feel like you'll be judged, you can't. But what's the real issue? Because if you are truly straight or who you are, me wearing high heels should not make you uncomfortable.
Right, right. And it's funny, I was just telling Owen at dinner before too. What I also I want to speak up for people because I'm speaking at this Juneteenth event tomorrow, and they want me to speak about, gender nonconformity and being a Black man. I really want people to also like get into the message, girl. We on here preaching. You got PKs up in here going in.
First,
Um, I really want to speak up for, the men who aren't in the fashion industry or aren't makeup artists, but they still want to express themselves through clothing and makeup. But they're the ones who get ridiculed. I mean, we still get, hate and stuff like that. But what about Joe Schmo in Bumblefuck, Pennsylvania? And he wants to, wear some concealer to cover up, like sometimes I feel like, especially in the Black community, we give the girls a pass who are in fashion or who are in beauty because they'll say like, "Oh, he's a makeup artist," or he's just, But no, this is a universal thing. There are straight men who want to present, wearing a floral dress. It does happen, and I really just want to help people understand that gender does not define how you should dress, how you should behave, at least to me. I mean, I don't want to like start a cult or like a new world view or anything. I just want people to be accepting.
I agree. I couldn't agree. You said I don't even know what to say because you just said it so well. But it also going to stem down to the Black woman as well.
Hmm.
Her son, her husband, her nephew, whoever, and as the person he wants to be. Because I always say, it all starts at home. You feel as comfortable as the home life lets you feel.
Hmm. Yeah.
Actually, I'm putting this out first.
And you know what? I will always say that I am very blessed and grateful for my home life experience because, yes, my father
Thank
is
you.
a Baptist pastor. And, he was the Secretary of State of New Jersey at one point when I was a kid. And so, like I said, that comes with a level of image and perception that you have to maintain. But, I came out to my parents when I was a teenager, and, it wasn't like the thrill of their lives. But, I didn't get kicked out. They never treated me any differently. It was just something that they didn't really understand. I didn't have any gay relatives growing up. I was never around, really gay people. And it's crazy to think now that, like, when I was in high school, gay stuff wasn't really talked about, which is really wild because now I know people from high school who have transitioned, who are out and proud, and they'll say, like, yeah, when we were in high school,
Yes.
it was really taboo.
Hmm.
So my home life was still very complicated because even though my parents didn't treat me any differently, they still didn't understand it to where, I wasn't bringing no man home to introduce them. I wasn't, I still kept it, I kept it under wraps. It was very don't ask, don't tell, right?
Well, yeah, I always say, like, with parents or anybody, it's one thing to know, but another situation to see.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
100%. I mean,
Yeah.
I'll share this. My mom told me sometime last year, she was like, I just want to tell you, like, because she saw everything that I started doing. I started my YouTube channel and I was just really starting to be, put myself out there and figure out what kind of content I wanted to do. And she basically told me, like, I'm not comfortable seeing you with makeup on. Um, and that was a really tough pill to swallow.
Mhm.
because her thing was like, I don't mind you doing it. I'm not saying stop doing it. You know, I want to support you, but I don't want to see it. She was going to have this big event, and she was like, I was going to ask you to sit in the front row with your brother, but I was going to ask you not to wear makeup. And she used to ask me when we would go to church, can you like not wear makeup? And I'm like, girl, I got a zit coming in on my forehead. I need some concealer. Like, please. You know, so yeah, seeing it is definitely a different experience. Um, but I really think it's important for them to see it because the mom thing and the parents thing overall, not just for me, it's difficult to see your child transform into something because her thing was like, you look so different. And in my head, I'm like, yes, girl, I need to look different. I'm trying to give you glamazon realness. Like that is the
Okay.
point. But I get it, and I think it's important for us to, not like you and me, but just in general, to understand the other side more, and not tolerate. Hey, Abena. Hey, Beauty. Not to tolerate any disrespect, you know, from anyone, but if someone is genuinely telling you, you know, how they feel about it in a respectful manner, I think it's up to us to have the conversation and help them, you know, kind of come to terms with it in their own way, if you care to help them. You know, some
Mhm.
people don't deserve to be helped, honestly.
On one hand, I want to say yes. But on the other hand, I feel like asking someone not to do something is asking them not to be themselves. It's like asking a preacher not to preach.
Yeah,
And so at some point, like I understand like what you mean, you might mean well or think you mean well, but you will also understand that I am offended by this statement.
yeah.
And at this point, I don't want to go. You know what I mean? Kind of thing.
Oh yeah. That's where I ended up with it because I started realizing like, you know what? I'm not, and my parents never made me go to church. When I was 18, they stopped making me and my brother go to church. And I'm also an identical twin. And my brother is very straight. He is straight as an arrow. And
Mm-hmm.
so, you know, he's the typical, not typical, but you know what I mean? He's heteronormative. You know, we played basketball together growing up. I won a state championship in high school. My ring is right on my nightstand right now. Don't ever get it twisted. But you know, I'm starting to individualize myself and learn more about myself and my other interests and things that I always wanted to do. Um, and that was difficult because then it was like family functions, church, places that we would go to. And I could feel everyone kind of being nervous because for me, makeup came later when I was like 24, 25. But by the time I was like 22, 23, I was like, oh, yeah, no, I'm going to give the girls a good maxi dress. You know,
Okay.
a good skirt with a high slit. I was experimenting with my style, you know,
As
as
you,
many people do. So that was very tough for me dimming my light and my creativity just because of how other people would react or perceive. And after a while, of course, I just stopped caring altogether. But I think in the family unit, it's really important to just let people express themselves how they need to express themselves, or else you don't know what could happen. You got kids out here committing suicide and depressed over Bible scriptures and just little comments that are made. Did you? Oh yeah, you posted that video in Atlanta. I think it was.
Oh my
That
yeah.
god.
was horrific.
Like my eyes were watering watching this video.
And the little boy went live and said my brothers and sisters were just trying to show me what I was doing. Like I felt like they were forcing him to do like he excused them, but you were clearly uncomfortable and hurt. And
Well,
he was
well,
shaming
again,
you.
in the black community, they don't want to look bad. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah,
Like you
from a
wanna do
church background, it's always about
that.
presentation and how we look, and oh my God, who's gonna say this? And you're like, well, what about how I feel?
And that whole conversation, like I can't even have it. Like that really pissed
I
me off.
know. It's just so sad what happens out here, and like that's why I do say like you know I'm grateful for my parents and my family unit for you know staying present. You know, like
Mm-hmm.
never abandoning me, even though they still may not understand, you know, everything. Um, you know, they make an effort to. And I think that's important to
Like,
make
as,
an
I
effort.
get it. As long as you're trying, I'm willing to work with you. It's when you stop. I actually have to go home to Kansas to visit my like more religious family, and I'm super nervous because I haven't seen them in almost 10 years. And
Oh, wow.
they know me can't. They know me as my my government. They don't know Kam'Ron Skie.
Kam'Ron Skie, darling, the personality, the influencer, the creator.
They see it on social media and stuff, and but again, it's one thing to see it online, but it's a different ball game to come and see it in person.
Yep, absolutely.
Well, hopefully that goes well. It should. My younger brother's gonna go with me, or he is going with me.
Okay, how old's your brother?
He's a year younger than me.
Oh, fabulous.
I know he'll have my back.
I love that. So he's very accepting.
Because I'm quick to cuss somebody out, and I would do it in church.
Not church, Kam'Ron.
Well, look, the Lord knows my heart, and He said, "I shall not try Kam'Ron Lations."
Genesis 1, bitch.
Not Genesis 1.
Okay. Baby.
I just, it's crazy how everything aligns because I literally had that conversation with that family friend that I mentioned earlier today. And I was so triggered this morning. The conversation started yesterday and it bled into today because he sent me a message this morning and it really triggered me. And I was really emotional this morning. And I have so much going on this weekend. I was trying to just take my mental space out of that and just learning that you're a PK and even just Owen being here, I just love the sense of support and community because at the end of the day, not we all we got, but no one's gonna get it but us. You know what I mean?
One day I want to be able to sit down at the eaters table and be like, "Damn, bitch, we all made it."
Hello.
And I feel like people don't realize, we always talk about white influencers and all these girls getting all these deals and promotions over us, but it's because they put each other on.
Yeah.
And we don't.
Yeah. We definitely do not.
And I'm always saying, if you learned a lesson the hard way, don't let your neighbor or your sister do the same thing. Let them not make it, and so they can get to you faster, so we can all be here together.
Yeah. Right. I haven't done a nose contour in so long. I am trying to cut off my circulation right now.
You better cut it off, bitch.
Girl, because I you know what I want? I want the Nicki Minaj contour. They be pinching her shit.
Her face, honey.
You see how you're doing that? To further the illusion, just you place a little more highlight and then set big powder.
They be pinching Nicki's spirit. Right. I had powders under eyes.
Is Nicki Minaj the queen of rap? Are we going to have that conversation?
Yes.
She is, right?
Yes. 100%.
Okay, thank you. Because I thought, I didn't know if anyone was confused.
In my mind, she's definitely the empress. Bitch, she definitely revamped and brought it back. But I'm tired of the whole she's the only and will be the only.
She's not the only. She'll never be the only.
The only what?
Because Owen is saying, she's definitely. He's saying that she's giving royalty, but he's tired of the Barb saying that she's just the end all be all. She's the one. You know what I mean? And I think
she's the one to break the spell.
I think the girls. She's paved the way for the girls to come in and now do all of the stuff that we're seeing now.
No shade. She did, and and not even to be rude or just. Whatever, but I'm a Barb through and through. I ain't the crazy ones, and I'm gonna call, my good girl out on what she come to call on. But at the same time, I'm like, who else is doing it like her? Nobody.
And just in terms of lyrics, that girl can just spit,
Nicki Minaj literally for the last 3 years, every song that she's put out feels
maybe not even monster verse.
The monster verse. Thank you, Abena. The monster verse.
The verse for me, it's all of them.
Right.
All of them.
Every time I'm about to hear her on a verse, I'm just
that whole era, Woman's Revenge. And
oh yeah.
That is my favorite of hers, to be honest. But I enjoyed the new
Kam'Ron, this nose contour.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes.
She's one of them things that took a while to perfect.
Girl, who you telling?
You gotta learn your face. So how are you with like indie brands? Doing like free content slash PR for them.
You know what, Cameron? I'm glad you asked that question
Okay,
because
me too.
I'm new to the game and I'm still very small, right?
Hmm.
So I love working with indie brands and doing content for free. I genuinely do because I genuinely enjoy creating content. Like it really does something for me because like I said, I worked in fashion for years and for a lot of companies and a lot of different brands, some great jobs, some not so great jobs. And I always felt unfulfilled in every single job. And Derek is a key
I
child. A key. Um, so I say that to say, like, as a small creator who has a very small platform still, like, I still enjoy doing it. However, I am my own biggest fan, and I also don't like devaluing the level of my work because I'm still improving, I'm not like the Martin Scorsese of editing or anything like that, but like I make dope shit, you know?
hmm
So I do personally feel like even if you're an indie brand, acknowledge the production value that you're about to get when you reach out to me. Like I come with concept, I come with creativity, I come with edit, and it's not even about like equipment or like anything like that. It's just about the mentality. You know what I mean? Like if you really want to collaborate with me, I'm about to come with some fire ass shit,
Yeah, I agreed.
which I feel like should be worth some coins. But again, and I don't think the followers is always the end all be all for, if you're going to get paid or not. But I say that to say, I feel like with indie brands, if I genuinely am interested in the product, or if I get a good vibe from the rep who reaches out, then I have no problem, moving forward and doing something for free. I think it's very important to balance what you do for free and what you get paid for. Because at one point I felt like I had like five different free products that they wanted content for, and I was like,
Okay.
how do you feel about it?
Um, I don't mind helping out my sisters, my girls, my friends, whoever. Like if we have a general relationship, that's one thing. I'm always gonna support you. So when my like for instance, Raven is has her own business. I will always support my homegirl Chicken Slice because she is just such a genuine good
Yeah,
and there's very few people I'm willing like to do that with as well as like XZX Cosmetics. Him and I have such a really good like relationship. Like
yeah,
he's so great. Um, but like there's brands that really reach out to me and they're like we want to send you some products like recently a contact brand reached out to me and were like we want to send you some free contacts and this and this. I'm like, okay, cool, like, whatever, whatever. And I'm never one to follow or shame. Like, I'm not that person because, we all start somewhere. But
hmm
Homegirl was like, we're going to send you two pairs of contacts. We need four sets of close up pictures, two with makeup, two without makeup. You will post on your story. You will post on your page. You will make a YouTube video reviewing your contacts, and you will make a live reviewing contacts as well. And I replied back, and I was just like, thank you so much for the offer, but at this point, the content you are requesting does not match the benefit of this, situation. So
yeah.
I have to say no. Baby, when I tell you, she was like, okay, well, we offered you contacts for free.
Hi, Krishna. I love you, beauty.
Hi. She was like, oh, well, we offered you stuff for free and you didn't take it and this and that and this is how our process works. So if there's something don't want to be a part of, just let us know. And I was like, your follower count does not match what you're requesting me to do. You have
Yeah,
under followers. Not to be an asshole, but you do.
yeah.
And me collabing with me, doing anything for you will not benefit me at all. It's going to benefit you. Seriously, these products you probably have an endless amount of, that probably
Mm.
costs like $20 to send over
Mm.
Exactly.
opposed to me doing hours on hours of content for you. Like, people don't understand. It takes at least 4 to 5 hours to film, edit, and cut and upload a YouTube video.
Girl, people have no idea.
They know it's just about cheating.
Oh,
They know.
Ooh, my powder went everywhere. Owen said they know.
It's about fucking us in the ass. They know what they're doing because they compensate with the fact that it's free product. I don't like
they really do.
Person just like Kam'Ron said, because some people you believe in more than others, and some people just are more deserving, especially if it's us.
Yeah,
that's just how I am.
Yeah,
but like not everyone deserves. Like you sit here and tell me, oh, because it's free. No, but these are my rates, or you can go.
Yeah, and here's my thing: 9 times out of 10, you're sending me something I already have.
How about that?
Okay. Like
Owen's going on.
Like the girls who supported me at the beginning of my career. I mean, again, I've only been doing this for a year, so I've only been, beauty influencing for a year. But the girls who supported me at the beginning, I'm always gonna have your back. Like you can always send me whatever, and I'm gonna, show up for you. But the girls who are demanding stuff without the credentials, baby, what are we doing?
Child, Whitney said, "I want to see the receipts."
Okay.
And she said, "Because you're making a fool of me." Yeah.
Tell me, Diane, do you know?
Okay.
Don't get me started on Whitney Houston, child. I'm going to a gay bar tonight. I need to hear some Whitney motherfucking Houston. You better lay low. Don't even start it. Whitney is my girl.
I can't.
So, Kam'Ron, what advice would you give your younger self about being an influencer, about this whole matrix that we're in?
Yeah, I bet it is hot in Mexico. My younger self. Overall, I would just say, do you, and don't give a shit about what people think. Move to Maryland. Ow.
What did you do? You poked yourself in the eye?
Yes.
The devil is a liar.
Okay, he is highly favored and sanctified right now, child.
That's right.
Okay. Oh, okay. Ooh, okay, I'm not gonna cry. No, I'm not gonna cry. But I would just say, like, stop listening to everybody else and do what the fuck you want to do. Stop trying to find validation within other bigger influencers.
Period.
And do you? There are a couple of influencers that were bigger that when I started doing stuff, they jumped into my inbox and was like, oh my god, hey, and they gave really energy that I was looking for, turned to be super fake. And because I was like, oh my god, so and so messaged me and had 10,000 followers, I was pressed. And I'm not gonna lie. And now I'm over here getting more likes than you.
Right.
And there's no shade, but who bought their flowers? Who bought their followers and who didn't?
Come on, Whitney. Starting to love her. Get into it. You know what song you need to listen to first? My favorite Whitney Houston song of all time is "All the Man That I Need." Pour a tall glass of wine, light a candle, and close your eyes and let her take you to glory.
Okay, man.
Come on, boy, honey.
I don't play about my Whitney Houston.
I think my favorite song from Whitney is the one which has with Miss Deborah Cox.
Oh,
baby. Same script, different cast.
We love Miss Deborah Cox. Same script, different cast.
Every time she'll get me.
Child, don't get me started.
Or My Name Is Not Susan, baby. Oh, and that song is so slept on.
Absolutely. There's a lot of slept on Whitney.
Ooh, Heartbreak.
You know what drives me crazy? It's when I'm in the bars and they just go right to, I want to dance with somebody. And I go right to the DJ. I'd be like, ma'am.
That's played out.
Ma'am. There are a million other. I'm your baby tonight. How will I? Don't get me started on Whitney. I will turn this live into a Whitney Houston tribute. It's absolutely the commercialized. Yes, absolutely. If I told you that,
oh, baby. If I told you that.
I wanted to see. Don't, please. Don't. We're not. This is not what the live is.
Could I have this kiss forever with Enrique Iglesias?
Can I?
You ain't
No
gonna
one knows about that song. Are
if
you
you ain't gonna
crazy?
another song, honey.
No one knows about that song. I'm very impressed, actually.
I know my Whitney.
I know that's right.
Rico and Derek will tell you I'll be over here listening to old school music and Derek and Rico be like, bitch, what are you doing?
No, what is it giving?
I'm gonna have to edit my eyeballs because I stabbed them and now they're a little red.
Child, if my eyes get red, then I'm gonna look like a vampire with this red shadow and some red eyeballs. I'm here for it though. Yeah, no, I'm here for the True Blood moment.
Come on, True Blood. It's Vampire Diaries over here. Follow this line.
Oh yeah, girl. I'm really true to the franchise though, because I watch Legacy.
I love Legacies. Actually, let me stop lying. I liked it. It was cute for what it was. It was very much made into almost a show for kids. Like remember Charmed? You know how Charmed came back?
Girl, don't start me on the power of three. I know my charm now.
But baby, Charmed is Die Hard, Die Hard. But Charmed came back, and when they remade it, it was very much like it gave me very much for children.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, it was definitely like kiddified.
It was very
it was
kids
CW,
bop. It was the
so-
CW. I no. The answer is no.
You can do so much better, which is what baffled me. I was like, y'all can do better.
They could absolutely do better, and I'm sorry, it's an iconic franchise. So the originals was really the one, Antoinette. The originals was everything. Yes.
And Legacy
House.
are after. I just need to finish.
Legacies. It's still on, you guys. It just came on the other night. Me and my brother watched it.
But can we just say this? That
The finale is next week.
Oh, wow.
Marcellus could bite my neck, stab me, baby, anything he wanted to do. Marcellus is my husband.
Marcellus. Oh, it was between Marcel, Klaus, and Elijah for me.
See, for me, Klaus had too much going on. And Marcel just wanted to be loved, honey.
That's right.
He wanted him some Rebecca. If Rebecca took him and went with him, they would have been good.
First of all, where is my bronzer, Jesus? Oh, right here. I love that you know all of these shows because, honey,
I'm
giving very much Sookie Stackhouse.
Yes, the originals was my shit.
I love the originals. And just the fact, the New Orleans vibes of it all. Like, New Orleans is one of my favorite cities in the world. Like, not just in the US, in the world. That city is so lit. There's so much culture. There's so much, the food, the vibes, obviously the nightlife. Like, I had the opportunity to go down there for a few different occasions. And it's just one of my favorite places that I've ever been to in the entire world.
Period. That's always a good thing.
What are your plans and ambitions post-COVID, Kam'Ron? Vacations? Are we traveling?
I've actually never taken a vacation as an adult.
Get out of here.
You know, I work a lot.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I just between cheer and work and dating and I had knee surgery not too long ago and
Oh my God, get out.
I just feel like I don't know, I don't know, it's hard. I struggle a lot with like relaxing.
Yeah.
Like my ideal Friday night is coming home and doing laundry.
What's your sign? What is your sign, Kam'Ron? Oh, you're a Virgo. Oh, we love Virgos.
Yes, what are you?
I'm a Scorpio, darling.
Ooh, charm.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
That was stern.
No, I get along with Scorpio friends. Scorpio dating.
Oh yeah, the dating is actually a lot, but we're very loyal friends.
My ex is Scorpio.
God bless you and him.
Oh, yeah.
Why is this eyeliner coming out like this? Oh my God. Am I opening it wrong? Oh, I got it. Thank you, Jesus. This is my least favorite part, the goddamn eyeliner.
Really?
I hate it. Because it requires you to like draw essentially, and I'm not a good drawer.
I was a really good artist growing up.
That makes sense. That feels correct. This is the Eyelure magnetic eyeliner that they sent me,
Mm-hmm.
and it really does do the job. And it's like a felt tip, so actually I really enjoy the applicator. You just gotta take your time, Cheryl.
Take your time, Pastor.
Not past there. Whew. The girls are outside tonight. Oh, tell me about cheer, Cameron. I love, love, love that you cheer. How long have you been doing cheer?
I've been training. Actually, funny story. I played football first.
Of course you did.
Wow.
What position were you?
A wide receiver,
Oh,
running back,
okay.
and I did. I think that was it. Oh, corner. I did corner as well.
Okay. So how did you transition to cheer?
I came out as gay and started and said I quit football, broke with my girlfriend, and I decided to cheer all in the same year. Uh, so needless to say, my sister's dad was like,
Oh, so you grew up dating girls.
"Yep, mhm.
Ooh.
I had a girlfriend for about 3 years."
Ooh, long term.
Wow.
Yeah. Before I came out at 16 though, so you were together for a little while. But in Kansas where I'm from,
Yeah,
when you date out there, baby, it's forever.
that's right.
Like, I know her dad, she knows my dad, like we know each other, like it's the whole 9 yards.
Right.
I have friends who started dating in 5th grade and who are still together.
Uh-uh.
Like it's like that.
Right. Where is my powder, Jesus? So then
Yeah.
you come out and you start doing cheer.
When I was 16, I was for high school. I did that, and then when I moved out here, well, hold on, let me backtrack. Before I cheered, I was a dancer as well, and so I was doing hip hop and contemporary. And then I moved out and I cheered for high school. Then I moved out here and hated high school cheer.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like the team.
Mm-hmm.
Hated the coach.
Mm-hmm.
And one day I stumbled into this all-star gym and they had open arms and everyone was so nice and the rest is history. And so actually this year I believe it's 10 years.
10 years?
Yeah, at this gym. I've probably been training for about 12, 11, 12.
That's amazing. I have such a respect for competitive cheerleaders. It's such an athletic sport in every position, like not just the flyers, like if you're the base, like you really got to have a base, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I always say like the flyer can fly, but if the base can't base, it's not gonna work.
Period. How did you feel about that cheer show on Netflix?
I knew a couple of them, and I mean, for different reasons, I didn't like that they had it because it the All Star team they cheered for was in my division at Worlds,
Okay.
and so it becomes are we going against talent or are we going against a name? It was very much we went to a competition and they dropped like 3 stunts and we're still in first place and we're all like how? Now did we do the best? No, we didn't do the best that weekend. We ended up getting what, like fourth or something like that.
Uh-huh.
But the team that should have won hit both days and you're like how did the team hit and still lose? And the team that won dropped 3 stunts.
Mm,
You know? But again, a name can carry you far.
right.
I feel like I look so short on camera right now. Let me sit up. There we go. feel like I look very like 90s right now.
It's definitely giving like Normani music video.
Period.
I'm here for it. Amazing motivation.
I don't like this.
This lash is driving me nuts, child.
You know my friends love a new lipstick, honey child.
Oh, I have achieved the perfect nude lip.
So funny story, I actually hate a new lipstick on myself.
Oh, Malcolm is doing a lash. Let me get back on this thing.
Oh, Jesus. It's the lash, Lord Jesus. I should have brought the daggone ones that I've been wearing, honestly.
I'm adding this gloss right here. It makes everything, it's a pink shift.
Uh-oh. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done. That will get this lash on my eye. I haven't, listen, you gotta call on the Lord in moments of despair.
Yeah, just
Okay.
get a little drier, I guess. That usually works.
But you know what? I didn't put glue on it, Owen.
Oh, you doing like a liner pen?
I did the magnetic liner.
Oh, okay.
And it
Just
worked.
freshen up the...
It's driving me crazy, Owen.
Maybe make the line thicker.
Yeah.
Line thicker.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Oh, Jesus.
It'll do. It'll do. You know how you put a brush down? Now you can't find it?
Right.
That happens to me constantly.
Ooh, the phone is 100% charged.
Tell me about what kind of makeup trends are you really into right now?
What is a makeup trend? Let me ask that question.
Like, you know, the popular like TikTok things that people do. The graphic liners are very trendy right now.
You know what I'm into? My imagination.
I know that's right.
You said what?
My imagination.
And there's no shade, but it is rare that I see someone do a look and I'm like, I have to do that. It's never.
Mm-hmm.
I might see someone, it might be like, oh, I like that color story, or oh, I like that technique. Let me try that technique, but it's never. Oh well, Beyonce did a cut crease. I'm gonna do a cut crease. It's getting like, that's her face. This is my face. We don't have the same face.
You know what I am loving though? That blush is back.
Yes, yes. I just
really. I feel like it left for a minute.
I feel like...
So do I. It definitely like
How
left.
people use it changes over time. Sometimes it's more potent, then we want to make it more natural and less visible. Kind of like highlighter.
Yeah.
But highlighter was actually not a thing for a long time because blush has always been around. Highlighter, I think, was the newer addition.
I mean, I hear what you're saying. In my world, highlighter was always there, Chuck. You know, cheerleaders want to be glowing down, like they want the.
Right.
You know, it's all about stage makeup. But I know that I know a lot of people who just don't wear blush. And when I first started doing makeup, I did not wear blush.
Mm-hmm.
I'm using it. I use this palette more as a blush palette than I use it as an actual like.
I use that palette as blush too. Those tones for blush on me are my favorites.
Okay. Now that the pink and shift in this lip gloss I set in, I'm actually living for it.
Yeah, I'm here for it.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. I'm finished.
Are you done?
I am.
I'm almost done. I'm almost there. I thought I was going to be done before you, truly.
I remember how I told you they start before me always. And
Yes.
how.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
I only do makeup from like here up, so that's like also why.
Right.
You know? And at this point, actually, I do want to carve out my cheekbones. But at this point in my career, I feel like I know what facial structure works for me and what facial structure does not work for me.
Yeah.
And I've gotten so used to popping on a lash, it's like, okay, well, we can just start sleep now.
Yeah, because the lashes were a minor setback for me, but we're here. We're back.
This eye looks so good.
I love it, actually.
Yeah, and these lashes are everything. The black liner, the depth.
That's what I really wanted. I wanted it to look smoky and
your base, the complexion looks
Dracula-esque.
Oh, Dracula.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. All right.
and Lady of the Night.
Lady of the Night. That is the vibe.
Go back to Whitney, we're the queen tonight. Okay.
Girl, don't get me started on the bodyguard. That's a whole nother live.
I can never get these two lines to be identical.
You gotta hit the bottoms, girl.
You know what? Our cheekbones today is gonna be off. So y'all, if you see it, mind your business. That's what I'm gonna say.
Mm-mm.
Go ahead and just dust it off real quick so no one sees all that mistake. Oh,
Yeah.
that's like a nice lift.
Okay.
What kind of trends have you been into?
What'd you say?
I said, what kind of trends have you been into?
Um, what kind of trends have I been into? You know, I don't really like follow the makeup trends too much. Like, I feel like I don't really know like what's going on because
Mm-hmm.
like again, I never went down like the artist lane. So like I feel bad because people always ask me to do their makeup and I'm like, girl, it's not my blessing. Like I will botch your face. I just know how to do mine. And I feel selfish saying it because, you know, obviously I know glam, you know, and I know how to do it. It's also, I shouldn't say that I would botch somebody's face, but I just don't follow the trends because I just know how I want to look, you know?
Like now, I might try like say we're all doing rainbow looks.
Right.
You know, I might do something like that, or like if it's like trendy, like Halloween makeup. You know, like the skull, a whole like skull trend
Right.
thing. But like, I just yeah, we'd be like, oh, we do our like the whole like people could put concealer up here and like in their inner corner.
Yeah.
I'm not that girl.
I've done it sometimes and I actually feel like it comes out beautiful. And that's one of the trends that I think started on TikTok, actually. That little concealer here and then on the end.
But I like the
do that, but I never really
oh, like over here, like you're leaving out this whole part here. And I think that trend for me works when I'm doing a light to no makeup look kind of thing. When I
Yeah.
want to full on like beat, and I'm only highlighted right here and right here. I'm like, well, what about the rest of my cheekbone? I mean, all this would be highlights too, like my forehead. Like, what about that stuff?
Right.
You know? But that's just my personal opinion about that. But I mean, again, everyone can like do their makeup how it fits their face. Like, you just have to find out what fits your face and what works for you. You know?
Right. Totally.
Mm. I haven't like done. I mean, I did my makeup like last week, but just I haven't like done makeup just because I've wanted to in a long time. It's been like, do this for this brand. This has been for this brand. Let's do it for.
Right.
And I even want to get away with like doing like new product releases. Like I just did the Morphe palette, the new product, and they pay dust. They don't look at it. They don't touch it or see it. Not that I'm like this big amazing influencer or anything, but at the same time, I'm like, baby, I know you saw it.
Yeah.
And like I'll have like 27 shares, but it'll say like, oh, I can only see 10 of them. So when that happens, it means people are sharing their stuff, but in like their DMs or whatever the case may be, it's not being shared like publicly. So I'm like, baby, people be talking, but not to me.
Can I ask you something? Because I get asked this a lot, and I know a lot of creators are watching this live or will watch it back,
Mm-hmm.
who follow me and support me. How do you stay motivated? People ask me that all the time because they're like, "You're so consistent. You know, how do you stay motivated?" Can you like talk about that?
Yeah, when I first started doing makeup, not doing makeup, when I first started, becoming a beauty influencer, I was posting like 4 or 5 times a week, and there were like 4 different videos, like I mean, 4 different looks,
Mm-hmm.
and you being a content creator yourself, pumping out 4 different looks in a week is hard.
That's a lot of work.
Looks with a cut crease, a rainbow with this is that, and I was not a fan of like nude eyes at the point in time, or a nude lip, and so it's like you're pumping out all this content and stuff. And you're like, when do you sleep? And I worked 2 other jobs, and at one point I was like, all right, look, I'm tiring myself out. I don't have any time to be myself and love myself, and it became to the point now where I met Rico and Derek, and they were very much like, girl. I ain't posting this week. And I'd be like, oh, really? I'm posting like y'all crazy. And I realized that if I have one good look a week that I am happy with because I sat down and was able to really enjoy the process of makeup and do what I want to do, that's enough.
Mm.
And as long as I'm giving my all for some content and not a half-assed project, I will be recognized. I'll
Mm.
be Of course, you have to stay consistent in what you do, but I feel like whenever I find myself losing the drive, or like, oh, I don't know what I want to do today. Like today, when I was like, I don't know what I want to do makeup wise, I was like, Derek, give me a color. He said rose gold. I said, all right, let's see how this goes, and just create something, Or I feel like that's where my artistry really comes in. It's like when I'm like, I don't know what I want to do, or I don't have any ideas. Just give me a color. Let's create something, and then you get here. you know so it's just you have to constantly, if you find yourself falling out of a loop of you don't know what to do or what's trendy, just do something you want to do, or that's it, just do what you want to do. Like that's the most important thing is, if you don't want to do something, then don't do it.
Mm.
Like, there is so many brands late as of lately. Not at first, other lately that I've just said no to because I'm like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to use your lipsticks. I have endless lipsticks. I don't want to use your XYZ. If you come at me correctly and you're like, and I can see you're a wholesome, like 100% authentic brand, like the beauty print. I just recently started working with her and her brand, and I effing love her. She's a fellow Virgo. She approached me on some like business stuff, emailed me. It was so professional. Um, Her formulas were great. She wasn't forcing me to use anything. And for God's sakes, I am horrible at remembering the shade names because baby, I'm used to being like, I'm gonna grab this one, burgundy,
Right.
throw it on, put it to the side, and I always got it wrong. And she's always just like, I understand. You be at work, we be posting. I got you, and she'll correct me, and like the relationship is there, but she's not forcing me to use anything. I'm using it because I want to. And so
Mm.
I've been telling beauty brands, like, if you want to send me stuff, cool, but just know if I don't use it, like, you can't be upset. I'm letting you know now. I will use it at my earliest convenience, or if I feel like I would like to use a product, I'll go ahead and do that. If I don't want to, I don't want to. And people will send me stuff that I like, and I like some of it. And I want like other items. But I think that my biggest thing that keeps me going is the fact that I'm creating content for myself and not anybody else.
Mm.
And so, I mean, of course, I want the likes. I'm like, why aren't people just liking it? But like, you're actually fighting
Sure.
and not your own followers. I've realized that. Like, Instagram will one day show, 2,000 people, and the next day show 500. And
Yeah.
so I realized, even with that, like, okay, if you're creating content you like, that you authentically like for yourself, you can't be upset with anybody else, or
Mm.
because you like what you're putting out. It's the second you become a machine that is putting out content for others that doesn't involve you, is when it becomes like it's not fun anymore.
Mm. I love that.
Thank you. Like, I don't like certain things that Rico and Derek do. It's okay. They like Rico loves dewy skin. I hate dewy skin on myself.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if I'm doing dewy skin on myself, I'm gonna be miserable because I don't like it. You know what I mean? If he's doing matte skin on his face, he's going to be miserable because he doesn't like it on
You
himself.
know, like, yeah.
And so it's like, why do something that's going to benefit me or my mental health, or what I want to do? Like, I feel like I'm at the point where I'm creating content that I thoroughly enjoy doing.
I always say that I'm creating the content that I've always like envisioned in my head.
Mm-hmm.
Always wanted to create, but never knew that I could, honestly. I didn't even like, I never edited a video before this time last year. Like, I had no idea that I would be so into like video editing. And like, for me, I like to tell people, like, find what aspect of the process really resonates with you,
Mm-hmm.
because not everybody likes editing, and that's totally fine because you can still pump out really good content and not be a good editor. I've seen it, and you don't even need Final Cut. Hello, like you don't need Final Cut. Like I use Final Cut, but that's just because that's just how I like to work. Like I like, systems and data. I'm not like a techie person, but I like to learn, about different formats and stuff like that. And the type of stuff that I see in my head, I needed Final Cut to do it because I'm like, I want a magic carpet to fly in. How do I do that? And my brother taught me like the basics of it because my brother does content too, but he does basketball content.
Mm-hmm.
So, and he's been doing it for years. So I was just like, sit me down for 3 days and show me the basics. But for me, I learned over time that the editing part of the process has become such a real passion of mine.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just me, you have to find what aspect of, if you love taking photos of dope outfits, girl, you take those
You do
photos.
business.
Period.
I agree.
You know what I love? I love orange blush.
I do too.
Yes.
But
I've been loving orange blush. This Juvia's Place, this middle one.
for me, my skin is somewhere between like a red and a yellow often. So orange on me typically just does not like show up. So I typically would go with like a berry color that almost bronzes before it blushes, but it works well with what I do now. You know what I mean?
I have a better orange one in a different palette, but oh yeah, no, this is full gorge.
Okay.
It warms up. It's like
Yeah,
bronze.
Yeah, yeah.
I love
It's
it.
like bronze. Oh god, look
it
at
is.
that.
Uh,
Oh.
and now like your highlight.
But see, I feel like you have a more olivey skin tone, like an olivey undertone.
Whew, girl, I feel like I'm between
This is glam zone.
a neutral. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know, child. Sometimes I don't even know because I have different foundations with different undertones that all kind of work still.
Okay.
Like I can't pinpoint it at the time. Ooh, I'm feeling this glam though.
Yeah, you are gorgeous.
Thank you.
Taj Mahal. Let me see. I have one more.
Oh, is that the highlighter or the blush?
I'm guessing the blush.
I
No,
heard about Taj Mahal.
but typically, I don't know. Typically, orange just kind of just looks like my skin,
Right. Yeah, no, I know what you mean.
or like adds my bronzer. So it's like, do I have blush on? Do I not have blush on? But one
Right.
I will say, what's your like one product that like no matter what you do, this one product will always be used in your routine.
Um Probably concealer.
Would you have a specific concealer? Like you will always use this one thing? I mean, like for me, it's the Pat McGrath foundation. I don't. You can give me any concealer you want to give me. You can give me foundation, any blush, any whatever. But this foundation, baby,
That's the Sublime, is that what it's called? Something?
this is the Pat McGrath Skin Fetish one.
Skin fetish. Right, 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 right,
Mhm.
right.
No matter what, baby, this finish will always hold a place in my heart.
You know what it is for me, honestly? Um, I don't know if this is a problematic answer, but I mean, I think a lot of girls, it's a holy grail. Tarte Shape Tape.
Mhm.
I've tried a lot of under eye concealers, a lot, and a lot of great ones too. I'm never ever gonna not have one of these.
That's how I feel concealer wise. That's how I feel about the KVD concealer. Now, girls don't like her because she's a little dry or whatever. But when you underpaint with this concealer, babe, because this is spackle. This is spackle.
Okay.
When you underpaint with this concealer, it goes on so much. I have it right here, right now. There's no foundation over top of it. There's no extra concealer. It's just this on the underpaint, no foundation, and look how smooth.
Yeah, it's
Like
mm,
it always, and just I feel like I'm at the point in my beauty career where I know what products and what shape work for my face, that I'm always so happy with the way my skin turns out. Like today, I'm like, my skin looks so good.
yeah,
And
yeah. I love that feeling too because, like you said earlier, the trial and error is real. I've tried a lot of stuff that just didn't work.
I got some questionable nose contours in there.
What? And then, like, even tried some things that I kept continually using, thinking that it was the bomb. I look back and I'm like, oh Jesus.
Okay, can I say, I like girl concealer. I thought she was it, the end all be all.
I can't. I'm done. This is the look, honey.
Oh, period. Oh, I love the look. Period.
I'm here for it.
I'm here for it too. I'm here for it too.
Oh, thank you, Priscilla. I love you. I'll see you tomorrow. Oh, fabulous.
You look good. You look good, honey.
Listen, I'm outside. I'm about to go get some numbers.
I'm about to clean up and then eat fried chicken.
I know that's right. I'm about to clean up as well. Kam'Ron, I appreciate you so much. I can't tell you how much it means to me that we were able to just like chat and get to know each other. Like obviously we've been supporting each other already, but
Mhm.
just having you on here and like you just committing to doing it in the first place is honestly like an honor because I really do feel like you're one of the most talented people in the game, period. And I can't wait to see what else you do. I'm always going to support you. And I can't wait to do more stuff together.
Thank you. Like that legit is like so hard to like digest. 'Cause I never think of myself in that way. So thank you. Like just thank you
That's
so
why I love you, though, because I know that you're humble. I told you, I was raised on humility.
much.
You know what I mean? Like, we need to be confident in our stuff, but I like humility. And you're not, you're not one of those that is trying to put on or acts like he's better than. Because let me tell you something, you are stunning. Like, you are really legitimately gorgeous.
Thank
So
you.
it could be very easy for you to have a Regina George moment, and you don't do that. And I appreciate that a lot.
Look, honey, we start at the bottom. We looking a little rough. You know that them days when you didn't have no hairline. You know, you already knew the haircut was. Uh, but thank you. No, just thank you so much because it took a lot for me to get to this point in my life where um, my inner beauty pushed through enough to allow me to
Mm.
feel beautiful and for others to share that feeling with me. So I genuinely thank you for seeing that in me. And just yeah, like you are doing the damn thing. Like you are so far ahead of where most of these girls are, and it's insane. And I cannot wait to see like your editing, immaculate. Your
Thank you.
content out, and like even this series by itself is so great because people get to see other beauty boys, do the damn thing. And my look is from your look is different. The way I do my face is different from your look, and same with my counterpart. And so it's so good to see everyone. Hey boo, oh hey Doug. It's so good to see
Hey, Doug.
supporting the girls.
Yeah, yeah. That's why I want to continue it. Like, that's why I wanted to say, Beauty Boys will live on. It's not trademarked, it's not sponsored or anything. It's just
Hmm.
my way of creating something on my platform to show people that Black men in beauty, men in general, can support each other and get glam together and talk the real, Yeah, no, we met through Instagram, Raven. We did not know each other in real life. This is straight up just genuine, organic collaboration and connection. So I appreciate that. Through God, too, okay?
What's funny too? I don't know Derek and Rico in real life,
Shut up.
but you would think we was neighbors.
I thought you guys grew up together or something.
No, no, legit. Like I met Rico on Instagram through my friend Jonathan's live, and then from there, I commented on something he posted. He FaceTimed me almost like immediately and was laughing at it, and then from there we became like just good Judies, and then I became really good friends with Derek, and well, Derek and I were becoming friends, and Rico and Derek were becoming friends, and one day we're all like, "Bitch, why don't we all be friends together?" And it was like me and Rika had started maybe 2 weeks prior to me and Derek, or us and Derek becoming, a whole cult. And then, of course, Miss Stasia has joined our beautiful cult. And same with Miss Kayla. So it's just, and Miss Trey Kardashian. I love that bitch to death.
Oh, gorgeous. Oh
She's
my
so
God.
gorgeous.
Oh my God.
But even within just the three of us, me, Rico, and Derek, there's so much love. We might argue or whatever, but at the end of the day, I know that if some shit really popped off, those bitches will have my back, and vice versa. And they know I might be like, "Bitch, fuck you," boop boop, and hang up, and I might get a call right back the next day, like, "Bitch, what's up?" You know. But it's just like we're sisters. And we've said this forever. We're sisters forever. We are we are charmed, and I am Phoebe. And Phoebe was the youngest girl. She was
Premonitions. Don't get me started on terms.
okay. So it is what it is. Like it's just really great to see other people outside of our circle support each other. You know what I mean? I know some other influencers who are pretty big who just like they will talk a good game and not walk the good walk. And so as micro influencers have to really do our due diligence just to kind of keep pushing each other.
Yeah.
I'm still a micro influencer. I call myself one anyway. But
Support will continue too. I promise you. The power of three will set us free. Okay. I love you, Kam'Ron. I'm about to go hit these streets. I'm about to go oil these legs up and hit these streets.
You better oil the legs up. I'm on my couch and watch TV.
I love you so much, Kam'Ron.
So I'm so ready to go somewhere and watch Charmed.
A Charmed watch party? Period.
Period.
Absolutely.
Oh, we have something where you can do that now.
I love it. All right, doll. We will catch up soon. Thank you so much again. I really appreciate you.
Of course. Thank you so much for having me, love.
Of course. I love you.
Love you too. You have a good night.
You too.
Be safe in the streets. Bye.
He's so sweet.